Good morning, everybody, again. And so today's agenda is we're going to start with absolute value lesson. It's a review from 6th grade. And at the end of the lesson, there will be like independent practice. On IXL, it will be B4. Okay. So today, let me click the present. Okay, so today's is I can find the absolute value of a number. And we also talk about the meaning of absolute value, why we need this, who invented this, okay? So, and let's start on the first slide. So absolute value, the meaning of absolute value is it's the distance of a number from zero. Like whenever you see absolute value of a number, that means like it's a distance, that number from zero on a number line, okay? Regardless of its direction. Sometimes that number could be on the left side of the zero, sometimes it could be on the right side of the zero. The point is, whenever you see that number, you always need to think that that number is that steps far away from zero. It doesn't matter left or right. And distance and absolute value is always non-negative, which is whenever you see a number inside of those parentheses, you always need to put the result as a positive or zero, which is if the number is zero, of course. And this is how you can see the absolute value. Like the brackets, the parentheses are straight lines, like straight vertical lines. So if you see, whenever you see like these vertical straight parentheses, like which is inside of that parentheses, there is a 4, means like the absolute value of 4, okay? So this is how you see as a symbol, and this is how you read when you see this symbol. It's an absolute value 4, and meaning of that absolute value 4 is you need to find a 4 on the number line, and the meaning is that 4 is how much steps far away from zero. It's a 4 steps. So the result will be just 4, not -4, not +4. It's a just 4. Okay, it tells you the distance of that number from zero. And if we move on, whoops, I went so. Okay, so for the first one, let's practice. Like, let's say inside of absolute value parentheses, there is a -7. It always becomes positive, which is, it's not a -7, it's not a 0, it will be always positive result, okay? Whenever you see something in the second question, it's a -28, this -28 becomes +28, which is -28 on the number line is at 28 units far away from zero. It doesn't matter which direction. This one, if you see negative sign, actually it's a left side of the zero, but we're not saying like left or right. So it's just at 28 units far away from zero. Okay, the same thing, +56. It will be, again, +56. It always will be positive. It's 8 inside of absolute value parentheses, which is becomes 8. So in this practice, all of the results are positive results, okay? All of the answers will be the C. And so, of course, one of the other reason why we need absolute value is defining a distance. And why we need defining a distance? We need defining a distance. It's because when we compare two numbers, sometimes we compare based on its value, sometimes compare with based on its distance, okay? So for example, to compare integers, you need to plot the points on the number line, okay? And two numbers further to the right are the greater numbers. So when you point two numbers on the number line, it doesn't matter which 2 points. So whatever the point that you're seeing on the right side will be always the greater one. This is what I mean on the second bullet. And the last one is the number further to the left are the less than others. So if you put like multiple numbers on the number line, all the way on the left will tell you that this is the least number than compared to others. Okay, this is how you compare numbers on the number line. Let me show you, for example, like for positive numbers, it's easy to say that like which one is great or which one is least, okay? It's because, let me grab my pencil, let me show you. Okay, it's because it's just the value of the number. So 9 is greater than 8. So it's easy to say, or 7 and 7, they're equal. But when it comes to negative and positive number, some people think about as it's like absolute value of those numbers, like without considering the sign in front of that number. For example, they compare like 4 and 2, but you have to be very careful. We're not comparing the absolute value of these numbers. We're comparing it's like a real value without the distance. If you say the distance, yes, 4 is greater than 2. But if you just comparing the value itself, it's a -4 and +2. So if you put these two numbers on the number line, let's say -4 is right here, okay? And 2 is right here. So which number is on the right side? So that will be the greatest one. So 2 is on the right side compared to the -2, right? Which is 2 is greater than -4. And the last one, when you compare two negative numbers, it's also the same thing. You need to locate those two numbers. Let me pick another color. Let's make it this purple. So -7 and -3. You need to locate it on the number line. Let's say -7 is right here and -3 is right here. Which one is on the right side? So -3 is on the right side, which is -3 is greater than -7. So this is how you compare two numbers using a number line. You always locate those two numbers on the number line and see which one is on the right side compared to other numbers. So other numbers. So I compared these two, and -3 was on the right side. Okay, this is about like the tiny detail. You have to be very careful when we compare negative numbers. We're not comparing the distance. We're not comparing the how many units far away from zero. We compare its value. And how you do that? By using a number line. Or I'll tell you in the other way you can do this in the later of this classroom or next lessons. Okay. And let's see what do we have on next. Oops. Just give me a second. Huh. Okay, so for the question number 1, what do you think the absolute value of -3? You guys can write it down on the chat. Let me see. Yes, you're the first one. Okay, so second question. What do you think the absolute value of 11? Yes, perfect. Wow, I have tons of responses, but only one of you said it's a -11. Remember, it's not a -11. We're not trying to find opposite of 11. I know we did that lesson yesterday. We're trying to find the absolute value of 11, not opposite of 11. So which is always becomes positive. Yeah, thank you so much. You corrected now. And the last one is which number have 12 as their absolute value? So there is a two answers for this question. Which are they? For number 3, question number 3. And okay, everybody's saying 12. Absolute value of 12 is 12. Is there any other right answer? So let me show you what I mean. Maybe the question wasn't clear. Let me grab pencil. So let's say absolute value of -12, right? Wow, you got it. No, not B. For example, absolute value of 12 is 12. So yes, A is the correct answer. And absolute value of 0 is it a 12? Not really, because it's gonna become 0 again. And somebody, like most of you said it's 12. Yes, you're right. So absolute value of 12 is 12. And obviously the last one is absolute value of 24 will be also 24. So it's not a 12. So the correct answers are yes, thank you so much. A and C. Okay, so very similar question now. Let's see if you can find this one. So which number have 50 as their absolute value? Which numbers, by the way? Dian, got it. Yes, A and D and D and A. Whoever said that, A and D and D and A, you guys are perfect. Okay. I mean, everybody said it the right answer, so everybody's perfect. Okay. And we're going to move on slowly now. Let me clear out the drawings because it will. Okay. So next thing, let's see what we have. Just give me a second. The slides are going very slowly. And it jumps very fast. Oops, look at this. We did this and yeah. So let's do this together now. Try to like use this number line. It's on the top, okay? And try to compare these -4 and -5. Which sign do I need to use when I compare two negative numbers? Or tell me which one is the least, which one is the greatest? Or you just say like A, B, C you need to put. Let me see on the chat. I have a couple responses. Somebody see, is that a B? Yes, it is a B, because when you locate these two negative numbers on the number line, -4 will be on the right side of the -5. So that means -4 is greater. Thank you so much. Yeah, the others also said B. How about number 2? -20 or -14? Yes, yes, perfect. Everybody says C. Yes, because when you locate these two numbers on the like bigger number line, so -14 is greater than -20. It looks like 20 is greater than 14, but you have to include those negative signs, or which one is on the number line on the right side of the other one. Okay, so question number 3. Okay, we almost got this. Yes, you're the first one. Perfect. I have a lot of responses. Yes, it is a C. -6 will be on the right side of the -14 on the number line. Perfect. And how about this one? And some people confused about like comparing positive and negative numbers. And we have tons of B's. Yes. So B is greater than -524. So positive number is always greater than a negative number. So that's the thing that you need to remember. Last one, not last one, I mean, maybe you can tell them both of them, because for 4 and 4 it says, I forgot to change its numbers. So -3 is greater than, or 0 is greater than? 0 is greater than -3, and 5 is greater than 0, C and B. Yeah, you got it. Okay, this is about comparing two numbers using a number line. The key point is you need to locate those on the number line, which one is on the right side. That will tell you the greater one, okay? And let's move on slowly. Okay, so that's all. So absolute value is, it's very simple practice, as you can see. It's just make it positive, whatever you see in those straight brackets. And comparing two numbers are, you need to locate them on the number line, and whichever the number is on the right side, that will be the greater one, okay? So about today's review, so it's a meaning of absolute value is the distance of a number from 0, and absolute value of a number shows with the straight brackets, as you can see on the examples, -5 and 23, they both comes out as a positive numbers. Okay, so the last thing, perfect, thank you so much. Yeah, if you finish the IXL before, that means you're awesome. And make sure you turn in your assignments, okay? Once you finish IXL, just click the turn in on the Google Classroom so I can give you a grade. I can grade your assignment. So last thing you're gonna do is you're gonna go your UDO, or you can also find this on the classwork tab as an assignment. I put it, and once you finish this IXL, make sure you turn in. Okay, that's very important, because I need to enter your grade in your grade book. So if you click this link, you're gonna see there is an absolute value practice and opposite integers. It's like also a review from last class. So let me sign in with my own account for this time. Okay, it's a B4. and opposite of -15. I mean, we practiced this yesterday. Be careful with the two opposites when it says like opposite of something, okay? That's a tricky one. And so opposite of 2 is -2. It's just a review from yesterday. And absolute value of 4, remember again, always it becomes a positive 4, okay? And absolute value of 9, this is the way they ask you verbally. You're not going to see those straight brackets. It also becomes 9, and so on, okay? And let me see. So this is the end of the lesson, by the way. Thank you so much. Yeah,